Welcome to the Fit Strong Women Over 50 podcast, episode number 195. Hi, I'm Chris. Thank you for joining us today.
And I'm Jill. Chris and I are your hosts for this podcast and the founders of the Becoming Ellie community.
We decided to name our community Becoming Ellie because Ellie was the Norse goddess of aging who beat Thor in a wrestling match. Jill and I thought, hey, we want to be like Ellie, fit and strong as we age.
You can find out more about the Becoming Ellie community and this podcast at our website, becomingellie.com. Ellie is spelled E-L-L-I. Sign up for our newsletter while you're there.
Well, Jill, I'm just thinking we're not doing so well getting back on track since we took our break this past winter, are we?
No, we went right from winter break to spring break.
Yeah, well, I guess we can talk a little bit more about that one later. The good thing is I haven't really taken a break from fitness, and that ultimately, I guess, is more important than the podcast. Maybe not to our listeners, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe I'm
I'm
dreaming.
glad to hear that.
Yeah. Well, my big news is that I bought a new bicycle, and that's big news because my old bicycle I used until my neck wore out from using it. My old bike was a street bike, and so my neck was at that bent up angle, and I just couldn't do that anymore. So I bought something called a Marin, and it's a hybrid fitness bike is what they call it. It's a Marin Fairfield 2. I forget exactly the name of it, but Marin is a county in California, and they named their model of their bicycles for the different cities in the county. So it's one of those cities there, but it
What's
has
the name of it?
it's a Marin, Fairfax, or Fairfield. I'm not sure which.
Okay. So it's a Fairfax or a Fairfield in Marin County.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And all their different Marins are like that. And so it's a hybrid, but it's not a mountain bike. It doesn't have super fat tires because I'll be going from a street bike that has those really thin tires to something that has a little more stability kind of. But the big difference is the steering wheel, or not the steering wheel, the handlebars. They don't have those ram horns on them. They're not curved like that. They're straight across. And the gear shifter on my Cannondale, which was a 1988 bike, it was an older bike, but I loved it. Those shifters were down on the tube. These are up on the handlebars, and it has different, it has 2 gears in the front and 8 in the back. So there's 16 gears altogether. It's different because you use your thumb to shift, and my brakes are in a different place too. It's different. So
Right.
I'm getting
You have
used
to get
it.
used to all of that. You'll be
Right.
shifting when you think you're braking or vice
Mhm.
versa.
Right. But it's a super smooth ride. It's a brand new bicycle, so that's a first for me since I had a Huffy or something back in back in my teenage years.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. That's
Yeah,
good.
so I'm psyched about that, and I
color
need
is
to
it?
practice though. It's sort of like a maroon. It's pretty. It's almost like a reddish brown, I guess,
Okay.
more than maroon. It's not red. It's I don't know. It's a cool color. I don't know what the color is though. But I went to a bicycle shop over there in Kent, which is, 2 towns over from here, and they had helped me fix my Cannondale when I thought all was lost on that bike, and so I really appreciated them so much, and so that's where I wanted to start with my search, and I only went in there to look. I wasn't gonna buy, just to look, but I got so darn excited, I plunked down the deposit and, picked it up last Saturday. So,
Well, that's good. That's
mhm,
good. I
yeah.
went bike riding last weekend, and I have that e-bike
Yes.
that my boyfriend bought me I was having all those respiratory problems, and I think he thought I wasn't gonna do anything ever again. So he got me the
Mhm.
e-bike, um,
That's cool.
which I have to say sort of makes me feel I'm kind of embarrassed to have it to ride it. I feel
Well,
like but it really does make it so it's one of those it's not like one of those moped things you see kids riding that they don't even have to pedal. It's just assisted, rider
oh,
assist
yeah.
pedal assisted, so
Assist. Yeah, yeah.
you have to pedal for it to do anything, but it
Yep,
does make getting up hills and such
yep.
easier.
Well, it gets to a point where, I have not ridden in 3 years, and because I didn't wanna give up that bike that I love so much, but at the same time, my neck was bothering me, so I couldn't justify getting on it either, you know? So I think, you gotta make changes as life changes, right?
Right.
And not feel embarrassed about it or, it's just how it is.
So, but any rate, it was really nice to be out actually outside riding a bike.
Yeah, the
Um,
weather's gotten warmer and it just feels like spring around here. It's so
yeah,
nice to get
I
out again
I
and
know some people have had spring for ages and others haven't had it yet at all, but, um, it's nice to be able to go outside.
yeah, that fresh air, that does something to me. I don't know, makes me wanna do more. And leading up to that, I was still walking the dog a lot, but, she's getting older too, so she couldn't do as much in the cold, cold, cold. So I'd be going out by myself walking or usually going to the gym this winter, and I think I mentioned before I took up line dancing.
I think you must have, but so how's it going?
Well, pretty good. At the beginning, it was horrible. I was, like you say, embarrassed, I it was the simplest steps. I mean, line dancing's not hard per se, but to do there are usually 32 steps in a line dance, in groups of 8, and they just show you what it is, and a lot of the stuff repeats. You think, "Oh, no problem," and then the music starts and you're trying, "What'd she say? Which way am I going?" I'm going right when I should be going left and vice versa. But after a while, I started to get it, and I'll tell you now, it is so much fun. It really is. Yeah, yeah. I like the songs, I like seeing the people in the classes. You know how much I love group exercise anyway.
Right, that's true.
It and, some of the people do little jazzy extra steps, not me. But but some of them do, and it's like, I don't know, it's just fun. It's a good time, and, it's not exercise like doing, burpees or anything like that. It's not, calisthenics, but it's a nice supplement instead of just walking, 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 you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Because I still do a lot of that, but
I assume it gets your heart rate up a bit.
yeah, it does. It depends on the song. Some of them are a little bit slower, but Cotton Eye Joe, man, that one, especially if you hop it, I I'm breathing hard by the end time that song finishes. It's a good one.
That's funny. So you'll be ready next time you go to a wedding for
Exactly, exactly. I'll be ready, or at least more ready than I was.
your whole group's gonna go to a bar.
Yeah, the whole bar thing's kinda hard because I don't stay up very late, so when things really get cooking, I'm sound asleep.
Yeah, yeah. Well, now that also that it's going to be spring, I got pickleball stuff at Christmas time,
Oh,
and,
yeah, have you
so I
used
really
it?
wanna take up pickleball, but
Yeah.
I need to find a beginner class.
Well, there's a guy at my gym that teaches a beginner class, and I took it, maybe 3 years
Really?
ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, he was great about it. It was like 10 bucks, very reasonable, and he explained everything and then practiced with me for a while, and so I really felt like I got it, but I also realized I'm not the right person to play pickleball, and I ended up giving my racket, and when it was my sister's birthday, I bought her a little pickleball outfit, and because she wants to take up pickleball, so I pushed it all over to her, but it is a fun activity, and it's so popular now.
It is, and I would like to so I have a racket, I have balls. I guess that's all I need.
Yeah.
A a case to carry it all in. I got that
Oh,
all at
even got the
Christmas. Yes, very
case.
fancy. It's bright
Yeah,
pink,
yeah.
which is not really my color, but that's all right.
Well, maybe you could get a magic marker, put a little purple or, some black or whatever, kinda tone
Yeah,
it
I'll
down a
draw on
bit.
it, or I'll put some stickers on it.
Yes, stickers. Becoming Ellie sticker.
There you go. There's a good idea.
Really, really jazz it up.
I guess the only other thing, I've still been going to the gym and working out with my trainer, and
Good for you. That's great. Doing your weightlifting, that's impressive. Well, I've been doing some classes with strength training and cardio. I like the mixture of it, and I've done some machines, but I wouldn't say I'm doing weightlifting, you
oh,
know?
there was something I actually wanted to tell you, I forgot.
Oh, what?
I get newsletters from Arnold Schwarzenegger periodically. I mean, I get them frequently, but I only read them sporadically.
Periodically. Yeah. I get that.
But anyway, there was one the other day that I thought was so interesting because it was about heart health and the difference between strength training and endurance training, cardio type. And both of them are very good for heart health, but they are different. So like the strength training actually strengthens, if I may have this wrong, but it was I roughly it makes the walls of your heart stronger, whereas the cardio, running, bicycling, that kind of thing, makes the arteries better.
That makes sense.
So both sets of athletes have good heart health in certain ways, but they don't have everything. So his advice was to do both,
Right.
do the strength training and do cardio.
Yep. Endurance and strength,
Yeah, it
both.
which makes
Yep.
perfect sense when you think
Right.
about it, but I often hear people who do strength training say, "Well, I'm getting my cardio in because my heart rate's elevated," and Arnold said, "Well, that's true, but it's still not doing the same thing that going
Right.
out and doing running or
Yeah,
whatever."
even a fast elliptical, like the
Yeah,
HIIT training. HIIT,
yes,
is that what you call it? High intensity
intensity interval
interval training.
training.
Yeah. Yeah, like all of well, there's what, 5 or 6 different types of fitness. I mean, we always talk about, "Oh, let's stay fit." But, balance and endurance and strength and flexibility,
Yeah.
and there's a couple more that are eluding me right at the moment, but
I do know I was doing something at the gym the other day. And it wasn't that I had the strength to do it. Physically, I was capable of doing it, but I didn't have the balance to do it. I
yeah,
kept toppling over,
right.
and it wasn't like I couldn't do it. I just couldn't stand up straight and do it was
Yeah,
like
the
some
form.
one-legged squat or something, or,
Oh, yeah,
a
yeah.
split
The
squat kinda thing.
deadlift or
Yeah, I
with
don't
one
know.
leg in the air.
Something, but I was, like, just toppling over, and it wasn't like I couldn't do it.
Well, and some days balance is a whole lot harder than other days.
It's really amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I've been trying to go to yoga and Pilates, every week to really try to help with that.
Speaking of yoga, didn't you go to a special yoga thing?
Oh, yeah, I went, through Rhodes Scholar, which, is the travel thing that I went to a week, basically, class on yoga, and it was down in North Carolina. It was really nice
How fun.
at a resort, well, sort of like a
Was it
resort.
like a retreat?
Yes, it was like a retreat, but we had so they fed us all our meals.
Very healthy, I'm sure.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Though they had dessert, I think, at both lunch and dinner, but, people need their treats.
They want to get five-star reviews.
And the woman taught us, so we did a lot of mainly, I would say, gentle yoga. We did some restorative yoga. We did some meditation, and we did some breathing we learned about different breathing exercises and sort of the philosophy of yoga.
Wow.
So it was very interesting. And even though none of the yoga things that we did really felt strenuous, like we didn't do power yoga or anything,
Okay.
I was shocked at how sore I was at times. Like I would get up in the morning and be like, "Oh my goodness, my hips are
Yeah.
just
Well,
sore, or my
those hip
legs.
openers can be very
Oh, yeah, it's like,
challenging.
wow,
What it
wow.
frog pose, or I forget what the poses are, even butterfly, I forget.
Yeah, and the, pigeon pose.
Pigeon, right? And there was one that I think we were talking about it where you have your knee down and your foot sort of behind you. I forget what that's called, but that I always get a leg cramp on that pose. Like my hamstring does a little ouch, you know?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I felt like I learned some things, and one of the things, I'll tell you what it did, is it made me realize I have done a lot of yoga in different places over the years,
Sure.
and there were things that I used to be able to do that I can't do anymore, and I sort of felt some loss. I felt a little grief over
Yeah.
having lost some of that, but I mean, I
If you practiced more, you
if I
probably could get
practiced
it
more, which
back.
is, so it was motivating for me when I came back to try and get at least a class or 2 of yoga in every week.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely huge benefits with yoga, the concentration even of it, or the focus. Maybe that's a better word than concentration. It does a lot. It clears your mind, kind of the focus. It's good.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, that was fun.
Yeah, that's a neat thing. Well, I was thinking too, going back to line dancing, the focus of paying attention to what the song is and what the next steps are. If I daydream at all, boom, I messed up. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It
yeah.
There's different things about a mental focus with working out too that you don't really think about that's a real.
That's one thing I've noticed with line dancing. If you just sit and watch people who are doing line dancing, they might be having fun, but you can't tell that because everyone's face is usually very intent. Like, you can just tell they're in their head thinking about the dance,
Right.
not like out there just
Yeah.
throwing their arms around having fun.
Yeah,
And
it's not like being an entertainer. Well, I know how many times I've looked up at the mirror because they have this big mirror in the front, and there's my tongue sticking out of my mouth because 'cause I'm so focused on what I'm doing. It's like, but you get into that flow state because you can't think about anything else, and that's how I think of yoga too. When you really start getting into yoga, you're just in and you just are focused on it. It's a great thing to be able to let everything else go.
I agree. I've been struggling a bit with, so I'm going to move from fitness to food.
Food, oh, yeah.
I've been sort of struggling with, I don't know, with I have gotten sort of tired of all the things that I normally eat, but I'm struggling with how to replace them.
Right.
I don't know. It's,
Swapping out things for.
yeah, and maybe it's also the change of year. I'm struggling with finding food that I will enjoy that I also feel like is a good choice for me.
Well, I know I've switched from soups to salads as the
There
weather
you
has
go.
changed. Because my go-to has kind of been soups because I
Right.
get a lot of vegetables that way, and, it's great to have a big bowl of soup before you eat the rest of your meal because you don't overeat, or I don't overeat because there's a lot of broth in there, and so I sort of start doing that with the salads, considering the lettuce being the water kind of. I don't know. But I'm with you. It really, my things that I was eating throughout the winter just aren't doing it for me now.
Well, the thing about a salad is you can really shake it up as long as you have the things that, I mean, you can have a big variety in what you have in your salad.
Right. You could have a salad every day and have different meals. Right.
Yes, but you have to have it in your house to have all the different things, and
Exactly.
that's where maybe I'm struggling. Maybe I just need to go to the produce store
Yeah.
and buy some
Buy a
vegetables.
bunch of vegetables and the protein too. Like I find if I can pre-cook the protein, and have some chicken breast that's already grilled and chopped up and it's just sitting there ready for my next salad, it just makes the preparation of the meal, it's more fun because, oh, I can throw this. Oh, I can add this, and I'll come up with something else too. I don't know. Trying to find fun things to keep it interesting is always. Yeah, I'd love to hear from our listeners. If anybody's out there listening thinking, "Oh, why doesn't she make whatever you're thinking of?" Let us know.
Yeah, yeah, that would be, for a while there, I was making those like power bowls or whatever where you have a
Yeah.
grain and then some
Yep.
greens and then some roasted vegetables and
And that
whatever, but I
requires
haven't been
prep too, yeah.
and that requires prep, and I haven't done that.
Yeah, yeah, but
So
that's good. For breakfast, I'm still eating pretty much the same thing all the time. I love egg whites now, so I've been making egg whites, and sometimes I'll have avocado because it seems like they're back in season now for me. I don't know, I found them, then they're not overripe and they're not underripe. So and
I have no idea what the season is for avocados,
well,
but yeah.
I don't know, it seemed like things changed because for a while there, I couldn't get a good avocado no matter where I shopped.
It is hard to get good avocado sometimes in Ohio.
Right,
It's
right.
not like they're right down the street.
Well, it just seems like we're very lucky around here. We have a lot of choices of different grocery stores that have fresh food, it's
Oh,
great.
yeah, I agree. Yes. So what do you do with your egg whites?
I usually just spray some extra virgin olive oil, I have that spray, and just cook them in the egg whites in the pan, and there's a certain kind of bread that I really like, that Dave's Killer bread.
Oh, yeah,
I
I like that
the
too.
21 grain, I just love that bread because when it's made into toast, so I'll pop that in the toaster and, maybe get the avocado on there or
Oh,
not.
so you put the egg whites on the
I put it
bread.
on the bread and it's like an open-faced sandwich. Yeah, so it's plenty of protein because those egg whites are pretty good once and I always fill up more than one little tiny egg white. I don't usually break a yolk or break a egg and take out the yolk because 2 of those, that won't fill me up. I buy them in the carton, 4 servings out of a carton, which is not what you're supposed to do. They only want like 2 tablespoons or something, 3 tablespoons, which it's like 2
That's
eggs.
not enough.
It's not enough to keep me going, but I usually eat lunch a little or eat breakfast a little bit later, so it's almost like a brunch, but and once in a while, I'll have oatmeal instead. I don't know, what do you have a regular breakfast that you do?
Well, I've been sort of, like, not happy with eggs. It just sort of I'm,
You're
like,
over it.
burned out on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it just but but do you put anything in the egg whites? Like vegetables or
Not usually, not usually,
okay.
because 'cause I'm still have I don't know, I'm not I just I've had egg white omelets before, but it doesn't really I get sick of them. I just like plain egg whites better.
I just am struggling with the eggs, so maybe I should just start eating some yogurt for a while, put some fruit on it, and
The Greek yogurt's good. It has lots of protein in it.
yeah, and it's easy. I like easy
Easy breakfast. Yes.
yeah.
I don't like to think about it a lot.
So someone was just telling me that they, like, discovered that you could make egg bites and freeze them, and I was like, "Well, yeah, I do that." I haven't made them for a while, but I used to make them all the time. You can put a lot of fun things in and use egg whites. You make them in little muffin tins,
Yeah,
muffin
sort of
cups,
and
maybe
again,
put some cheese.
prepping food is a
It's
really
yep,
s good way to eat healthy, isn't it?
it
Because you
is.
have it
I
ready.
I keep getting these ads online for it's a weight loss program, I gather, for but the whole thing is to make your food at home.
Yeah.
So you pay 'em money and they send you recipes. Well, like, I have plenty of recipes. I don't need to pay someone to send me recipes, but I think they're absolutely right that you have so much more control over
Oh, for sure.
what so even if you make an omelet at the restaurant, they don't care. They're gonna pour as much oil or butter or
Yeah,
whatever
the
in the
grease
pan.
that's on yeah. Yeah, it's amazing if you eat out, the amount of calories, if you really see what they put in it's way different than what you'd have at home. You can really control your portions better and just swap out things that, like I said, I use spray Pam instead of, what they do in the restaurants.
Right, yeah, right. Even if you poured oil directly into the pan instead of the thing, but you would never put in as much as
As what they have on it, yeah. And I like eggs because they're protein. I
well,
find,
I
like,
get
if I
that.
do oatmeal, the oatmeal doesn't hold me because it's all carbs. And I know you could put nuts in there, but I don't feel like I get enough oomph out of the
Yeah, there was a period where I poured egg whites into my oatmeal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that made them a lot more high in protein. I think it's
Yeah,
just
I
that
bet.
I
Yeah.
don't know what it is about the eggs. It's just like I'm going through a phase of I've had so many eggs. I'm kind
Yep.
of sick of them.
Time to swap it up, switch it into things. I used to put a lot of spinach, like I would put a whole 2 handfuls of spinach and sort of melt it down, not melt it, but, with water, it sort of, turns
Wilts.
into just wilts, yeah, and then I would do the egg whites, but I haven't done that in a long time, but that definitely adds some good vitamins for sure,
Yeah.
and you get a lot of vegetables without even realizing you're getting vegetables.
Yeah. I should just do a little food prep, and I could probably have something that would be a little more interesting to me. Did you tell me you found a new protein bar?
Well, I did. One of my friends gave this to me actually. When you're riding your bike and you ride for quite a while, all of a sudden you're hungry. You
Right.
burn the calories. You don't really want to stop someplace at a restaurant or whatever. So you want to carry something with you. So the search for, the right energy bar or whatever you want to call it continues.
Right.
And, in the summertime, you can't have anything chocolate and have it not turn into a gooey mess. But, anyway, this bar, the ones that I usually stick by are the RX bars, but they tend to be a little bit gooey too. Their dates
Yeah, they
can
have
be
those
really
dates in there, yeah.
sticky. But the bar that I have is called a Toshi bar, Tosi, Tosi, and it was an almond, blueberry, and it has sesame, chia, and flax seeds in it, a lot of seeds in it. So it's like a nut and a seed blend, and they had something in there that holds it all together with a sweetener called, cassava syrup,
Oh,
cassava.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you ever heard of that? I never had
Yeah.
heard of it
I've
before.
heard of it, but I don't know a
Yeah,
lot about it. But yes, I have heard of it.
I had to look it up.
Isn't it
Yeah.
sort of like a
It's a
cactus kinda thing?
Well, it's a root vegetable.
That's it, okay.
And, it when you just look at the root vegetable, it looks like it might be like ginger or horseradish or something, when you see a picture of it, but, it's compared to, like, stevia or something like that. It's all natural, and, they call it tapioca, sometimes, some sort of tapioca kinda thing. So it's sweet.
It's also a yucca? Is that another name for it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Which is
I
why
have
I have cactus in my head because I think
Yeah.
of
I
yucca.
have yucca plants in my garden,
You could
but
start
I don't
eating
think I'd
them.
ever eaten them. I don't know if they're edible actually, but,
Native to South America from Brazil, Paraguay, and parts of the Andes.
okay.
Interesting.
It's a good little bar. It's a little, crunchy, and it's tasty, 130 calories. It crumbles a lot, so I will say it's messy, but, when I'm bike riding, I don't really care about messy.
So when I was bike riding last weekend, I didn't take anything with me and I started to get hungry and I knew
Yeah.
I was because I was having fantasies in my head
Right.
about muffins and
When you start daydreaming about food, you're hungry, even if
and
your
so
stomach's not
and I
growling.
but so Mike asked me if I was okay and I said, "Yeah, I really need to eat something and it's not and I don't need eggs." I mean, we were on a bike ride, so it wasn't like I was
Right.
going to eat eggs, but I meant I need something I need
Yeah,
well,
you need real food. You burned a lot of
he
calories.
had a bag of M&Ms and he said, "Do you want some M&Ms?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll take some." So he gave me just like a handful and I
Yeah,
ate them and it really did help. I think it just gave me that sugar rush of
yeah,
to finish the ride.
yeah. Well, you definitely have to plan ahead with that, if you're gonna be doing a lot of miles and you're gone for hours and hours,
I wasn't
right.
doing that much, but I did get yeah, I just hadn't thought of it. I just need to
Yeah.
get back in the swing of things of preparing to be
Mhm.
outside doing things.
Right, right. It's all about the prep, isn't it?
The Cleveland Clinic says that cassava is good for your gut.
Oh, well, that's good to know. I'll always go for good gut things,
Yeah.
you know?
The other thing I was about talk about being out on the road doing things. I have a friend who was having problems with becoming lightheaded, and she went
Oh,
to the
yeah.
doctor, and the doctor said, you're not." She's been dieting and trying to lose some weight. She said, "You're not getting enough electrolytes," and
Oh, so she wasn't putting salt or
she was yeah. So she's started just getting one of the replacement. I don't know what she's using, but she said
yeah,
it immediately made a difference, and it made me
yes.
think it's something now that it's gonna start
When the
getting
weather
warmer,
changes,
I need to
right.
start paying attention again to making sure I have my
Yep.
potassium and my sodium and my
Right. When you stay hydrated, you don't wanna lose your electrolytes
right,
or
right. So just
dilute
drinking
them too much.
right.
Right.
Sometimes just drinking water, while it's good to drink water, uh,
Yeah.
you wanna make sure you're getting
Yeah,
the
definitely.
electrolytes. That's all.
Yeah,
I
if
was
you're
just
feeling lightheaded, for sure. Right. No, that's a good point, Jill. As the weather changes, it makes a difference.
yeah. I know some people just take the pink Himalayan sea salt and or whatever, because it's not sea salt if it's from the Himalayas, but the pink Himalayan salt and grind it up and put some in their water,
Yeah?
which I guess makes sense because I'm sure there's minerals in it
Yeah.
besides sodium,
Right, right. Huh.
if it comes out of a mountain.
We have next on our list here to talk about the podcast.
The podcast, yeah. So, we've been struggling to we did 8 years of rigorous scheduling. We never
Never
blew it
missed.
off, we never missed, we
Never missed
did
it.
twice a month on the same day without fail, even when we went on vacation or dealt
Oh,
with
so
all
many
kinds of
things.
things.
Yeah, funerals or hospitalizations or whatever. I mean, we never missed.
Right.
We gave ourselves a break and now
And we're, like, struggling to get back on track.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I think part of it is, I don't know, for me at least, the podcast 8 years ago, I was in a different place mentally, and, it's Fit Strong Women Over 50. Well, I just had a birthday, and I turned 69, which is pretty far away from 50. In fact, I went to my 50th class reunion last year. So,
Uh-oh.
I'm feeling like it's not that I wanna change the name of the podcast, but it's doesn't have the same.
Your interests aren't quite or what you are focused on has changed?
Well, it does. I mean, I'm, like, all excited about line dancing, and I'm eager to get back to bicycling, whereas when we started this podcast, we were running half marathons,
Right.
and thinking about, big, long trips and doing this and I was in a different place.
Well, I think that we've talked about maybe finding someone who's a bit younger than we are to join us as a co-host and then maybe ultimately take it over if they want. I think you and I both want to see the podcast continue.
Well, I know I love listening to the podcast. I get a lot out of it. It's very motivational, but I don't know that I'm the right one to be doing it anymore. And I know that there's got to be people out there who are interested in. We have a ton of listeners, so I know there's people that are interested in it, but maybe there's one person or two people that would love to be, like you say, a co-host and then eventually take it over.
Yeah. So I guess if you're listening and you're interested, or if you know someone that you think might be interested, let us know and we can certainly talk about it and, we can give it a try, see whatever.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're planning to keep going, but hopefully we get on a little bit more regular schedule than once every 3 months. But meantime, if you have any suggestions on women that we should interview, please let us know about that. We're at the stage where our podcast people are constantly reaching out to us, but they're usually people that have either written a book or they're trying to promote something, and that's not really where Jill and I, plan to start. This was to promote other people's stuff. Not that it's bad, but it just.
Well, we've done a lot of info kinds of things recently or in
Mhm.
the past year, but I really would like to maybe talk to women who are doing exciting things. That's what,
Yeah, different things that
yeah,
yeah.
whether it's swimming or bicycling or climbing mountains.
They went on a trip and, their fitness helped them on the trip and this is why, or they had a goal that they were trying to reach. I mean, when Jill, when you and I started this, we were just thinking about how we were both in our early 50s and we decided we wanted to get fit because, we had gained weight and everything changed. Well, we're still plenty fit but it's different. So I'd love to hear suggestions for other women that are doing cool things.
Yes. So if you're besides the co-hosting the podcast, if you know of anyone that we might talk to that you think would be a good guest, let us know that too. We'd
Yeah.
love to hear any suggestions you might have.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, in the meantime, it's been good talking with you, Chris.
Great talking with you too, Jill. I'm looking forward to the next episode of the Fit Strong Women Over 50.
See you next time.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.